Hey everyone, as I promised you, I'm gonna do a video about how to create a simple rig for this character. This is Sam, say hello. Okay, so you can find this file on Moodle on week 9. Just make sure to delete the old armature and start a new one. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split my windows into two so I can have a better view of my armature. I'm gonna set one to front ortho and the second one to right view ortho. Um, to start with the armature, I'm gonna hit Shift A and go to armature single bone, and this bone is going to be the main bone for our armature. I'm going to pull this up and place it right here, and right now I can't see it. I can go either to wireframe mode to look at it, or just go to where it says armature properties and look for display and check X-ray. So now I can see it. Okay, let's go to edit mode, hit tab, and I'm gonna drag the head of the bone on the z-axis up here to the neck position. Let me place this correctly, and this is gonna be for the hip. I'm gonna select the bone itself and hit W, subdivide, and I'm gonna bring this down a bit so this can become the hip bone. I will select this upper bone and hit W and subdivide again, and position this so it can have a chest bone and a stomach bone. On the same armature properties, the same place where we checked X-ray, we have another box called names. Let's check this one. And now we can see the names of the bones. We're gonna rename these bones later to make it easier for us to find them. But right now, I'm gonna extrude another bone for the neck on the z-axis, and another bone EZ for the head. I will position these bones correctly so you can follow the shape of the body. Make this look like a spine. There we go. And now I'm gonna name these bones so I can recognize them better than having these numbers here. That doesn't mean anything. So I'm gonna go to the bones properties right here, and here is the name of the bone. I'm gonna call this first bone hip. Press enter, and as you can see, the name of the bone changed. I'm going to select this one and call this one stomach. Press enter. This one is going to be chest. This one is going to be neck. And this one is going to be head. Okay? Now I want to create the bones for the arm. So I'm going to click here. And since I'm on the edit mode, if I hit Shift A, it will automatically create a new bone for me. Make sure to use the arrows to pull the bone to its position. Try not to rotate it, otherwise you will mess up the roll of the bone. I will position my bone here. I will select it and hit W, subdivide, and I will push this to this point here that looks like an elbow. I will select this bone again, hit W, subdivide, and position it right here where it looks like a wrist. Now I need to be careful when positioning these bones, so I'm going to go to top view. I'm going to hit 7, and as you can see, the bones now are out of the hand. So I will select the heads, and with the use of the arrows I will position these bones again. Make sure to have the elbow joint pointing backwards, so we don't want these two bones to be straight. We want them to bend backwards. This is going to be helpful when we add the IK or inverse kinematics constraints. Okay, let's name these bones. So this is going to be upper arm. Oops. Sorry about this. And since it's on the left side, I'm going to call it dot L. So Blender would know where this bone is. Hit enter. I'm going to call this one arm.l. And I'm going to call this one hand.l. Okay, going back to front view, I'm going to click here where the body and the thigh meets, and I'm going to hit Shift A to select a new bone, and with the use of the arrows, sorry about this, it created two bones. With the use of the arrows, I'm going to move the bone like so, and on the side view I'm going to position it correctly. So here is going to be the ankle, and I will select the bone and divide it into two. And the knee joint, I'm going to bring this maybe down here and push it forward so the leg would be bending forward, bending. Okay, I will select the ankle joint and I will extrude on the y-axis like so, and bring this down here. Then I will select this bone and divide it, and create two bones. One of them is going to be the foot, the other one is going to be the toe. Let me position these correctly. See, they're out of position. I'm just going to drag them on the x-axis until I have them positioned correctly. Let me rename these. This is going to be thigh.l. This is going to be leg or calf, leg.l. This is going to be foot.l. And this is going to be toe.l. Okay, so now we have our limbs created. Now we need some helper bones so we can move these bones correctly. I'm going to go to the top view, hitting 7, and I will select the joint, the wrist joint right here, and I will hit EY to extrude on the y-axis to create a bone. I will select this bone and hit Option P or Alt P and clear parent, and we'll name this bone arm IK L. And since this is going to be a helper bone, I don't want it to deform the mesh, so I will go down and uncheck the deform box here. I will do the same thing for the elbow because I need a target so the elbow would keep looking at it. So EY, and I'm going to clear the parent, and then on the right view I'm going to pull this bone back here a couple of units away, and then we'll rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees, RX 90. There we go. And again, I will name this bone elbow, elbow.L, and also uncheck the deform box. So now we have an IK bone to help us move the arm, and also a target bone where the arm would look at. I'm going to do the same thing for the leg. I'm going to select the ankle bone and EY, and I will unparent this bone by hitting Option P or Alt P and clear parent. And I will name this as leg IK.L, and I will uncheck the deform box. And for the knee, I'm going to do the same thing, EY, and I will unparent this bone and move it also a couple of units away, and I'm going to rotate this on the x-axis RX minus 90. I will name this as knee.L and uncheck the deform box. Good. So right now we're almost set. Gonna go back to front view, but as you can see, the arm is not parented to the armature, and as well as the leg. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the upper arm bone and the chest bone and hit Control P and keep offset, and you can see this dotted line that was created. This means that the bone is parented to the chest bone. I will do the same thing for the thigh. Select it and then select the hip and Control P, keep offset, and now the leg or the thigh bone is parented to the hip bone. Okay, I'm going to hit A to deselect everything, and then I will hit C to select all of the bones on the left side. Make sure that they're all selected. Good. And then I will hit Shift C to bring the cursor back again, and we'll hit period so the cursors or the arrows would be snapped to the cursor. Now I'm going to duplicate these bones on the other side, and the easiest way to do it is hit W and go to symmetricize, and as you can see, it duplicated the bones and also flipped the names from L to R, so left and right. Perfect. Now it's time to parent the armature to the mesh, so I'm going to go back to object mode, and I will select the mesh first and then shift select the armature, and I will hit Control P and choose with automatic weights. Now the armature is parented to the mesh, So if I select the armature and go to pose mode, as you can see, if I move any of these, let me hit comma to bring back the arrows again. If I hit any of these, it will move perfectly. Okay, cool. Now let's add some inverse kinematics. So I'm going to select the arm bone, arm.l, and I will go to add bone constraints and choose inverse kinematics. And as you can see, the bone now turned orange, meaning that it's ready to have the constraints. Going back to the constraints panel where it says target, I'm going to click and select armature, and it will ask me to select the bone, so I'm going to click and select arm ik.l. And here where it says chain length, it shows the value of 0. This means that the IK bone now is controlling unlimited number of bones. So if I move this, see, it's moving the whole body. I don't want this. I want it only to control the arm and the upper arm bones. So selecting the arm bone again, I'm going to go back and change this to 2. So now if I move this, see, it's moving only these 2 bones. Select the arm bone again, and now we want to add a target or a pull target. So go back to the properties and click and select armature, and it will open another box for you asking you for which bone, and here we will select the knee bone. So I'm sorry, it should be the elbow bone, elbow.l. And now the elbow bone became our target, but the hand or the arm is rotated a bit, which is not a problem. We can just go to front view and go to where it says, and make sure that the arm bone is selected. Go to the constraints menu and where it says pole angle, and change the value, and I think it's going to be -90, and there we go. Now if I bend the arm, it will keep looking at the elbow bone, and if I move the elbow bone, I will be able to rotate the arm. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the other arm. So arm.r, inverse kinematics, armature, arm ik.r. I'm going to change this value to 2, then armature, and then elbow.r, and the hand, the arm also is now rotated, so I'm going to give it also -90 degrees, and it looks perfect. Let's do the same thing for the legs. So select the leg bone, add inverse kinematics, armature, and this time we're going to be looking for leg, iq.l, change the chain value to 2, and then armature, and look for knee.l. There we go. It's rolled, not a problem. 90 degrees, and it's solved. Do the same thing for the other leg. Inverse kinematics, armature, looking for leg dot r, leg IQ dot r, change the value to 2, armature, and then choose knee dot r. The leg also rolled, not a problem, 90 degrees, and it is solved. So now let's check our work. See, the bones are working perfectly. Perfect. And let's check the knee bones. It's looking at it. Perfect. Now I want to create another bone. So I'm going to hit Shift C to bring the cursor back to the center. And I'm going to go to Edit Mode. And we'll hit Shift A, and this will create another bone for me here in the middle. I'm going to use the arrows to rotate this bone and maybe move it right here. And I'm going to name this bone root, and I will uncheck the deform box. I don't want this. This bone is going to help me to move all the armature from one place to another, and also when I move the armature it will not leave any of the bones behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the hip bone and the root bone and Control P, keep offset. And if I go back to pose mode and select the root bone and move it, as you can see it's moving the armature with it. But there are some bones who are being left behind, so let's see how we can fix this. So go back to edit mode, and I'm going to select the two knee bones and then select the root and Control P, keep offset, and now they are connected to it. Or instead I'm going to select these two and select the hip bone, Control P, keep offset, and then I will select the two IK bones and select the root bone and Control P, keep offset. Let's see what's gonna happen when I go to pose mode. So now if I move, they're moving with it. Good. So let's do the same thing for the hands. Go back to edit mode. I'm gonna select all 4 of these, the IK bones and the elbow bones, and then shift select the chest and hit Control P, keep offset, and this will solve all the problems for us. So pose mode. Now if I rotate this bone, see the bones are rotating with it. Good. And now if I move this one, they're all moving together. So in the next video I'm going to show you how to hide some of these bones by creating some shapes for them, custom shapes. We don't want to have all of these bones in front of us, it's a bit annoying. And there are some ways where we can change the look of the bones. So if we go back to the armature settings and click on sticks, see it changes the way the bones look. We can change this to envelopes like this, or to wire, just wire, and it will be the same thing, and it would look better. But yeah, we want to make our armature more fancy. So let's see if we can position this bone, this armature. Here we go. Here we go. And it looks like Sam is ready to be animated. Okay, I hope you guys find this video useful. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Okay, I'm gonna save this now, so I'm closing it, and I will see you soon.